Hey, Christian. First of all, congratulations on the new deal.
Thank you.
Wanted to ask, how's the quarantine been going? Kind of what's your current situation? And how much do you think that this virtual offseason is going to kind of change how you go about getting ready for the season?
First off, hi everyone. I've never done anything like this. This is wild. I'm looking at people from do you guys have a bunch of squares on your screen? I can see like 50 people at once. Anyway, no, quarantine's been great. I feel horrible for what's going on around the world. The only thing I've been trying to do is make the most of it here. So, I'm with my family. I'm with my girlfriend, her sister, all my family, and everybody just staying here. And it's nice, being, especially with my little brothers who are in college, so I've been making the most out of being able to throw with them, work out with them. I think the biggest thing is you just got to adapt, adapt to the circumstances. Everyone in the league is going through the same thing. So however we prepare the best is how we're going to be. And, we can't start making excuses for ourselves just because, we're talking over a camera. I think it's really important that we still train, follow all the workouts, take care of our bodies, and do everything we can to be detailed in our playbook.
Hey, Christian. Will Kunkel here. Nice. First of all, congratulations. And yes, this is weird, but obviously all the talk amongst the fans and talk radio or whatever, and we talked about Teddy with this, is just that this is a rebuilding process for the Panthers. I assume you scoff at that notion, or what is your reaction when you hear that talk from a guy that's now the face of the organization?
Yeah, I think, when you talk about rebuilding something, I think you start one at a time. And once again, that approach hasn't changed. It's about taking each day and maximizing your opportunities each day, taking it one day at a time, and doing your one of, 53 to go out there and be the best you can be. So, if that means going outside and running routes on the install of that day and spending some time, some extra film time, some extra meeting time. One good thing is the meetings are recorded, so you can go back and watch the meetings 100 times. So there are some advantages too of all this stuff. And I think that's important that we take advantage of the little perks in the system that we can.
Christian, David Newton, ESPN. Wanted to ask you, a lot's been made about the fact that your new deal is making you the richest running back in NFL history. What is the significance of that to you?
Well, it means a lot. I think more than the money, it just shows that the Panthers believe in me, and I really appreciate that. It shows that I'm on a team whose ownership and whose front offices believe in me the way I believe in myself. And to me, that means a lot, knowing that, I get to go to work every day and be the best me and be myself. So very fortunate, very blessed, and excited to continue to play ball with the Panthers.
Hey, Christian, it's Jordan. Glad to hear that you guys are doing well out there. I kind of was reminded a little bit with this situation of when you first started in the league and you had to wait to join your teammates and you had to do a lot of work over video. And I remember you and Skip were on video calls or on the phone a lot. Mm-hmm. Are you able to draw back to that experience and like you have already maybe some tips for yourself or some exercises you can do to make sure that you're right on up to speed once you get around your teammates? Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, and for me, nothing really changed. I mean, we still have our meetings, and the only thing that's different is the training's up to you. So for me, I've just been training the same way I would. They do a great job of sending us workouts, and I'm, working with my little brothers throwing here and a couple of their quarterbacks. So I'm able to still do everything. It's just not with the team. And once again, that's the tough part, not being together. But it's not a disadvantage because everyone in the league is going through that too. So, Coach Rule did a great job. I mean, it was day one today. So, everyone did a great job of being there. I think it's hard to tell because I, can't see everyone, but it was a good first day. Good to kind of be back in that football feeling though, where, while we're not in the office, we're as there as we can be.
Christian, can you kind of give us an update? Charlotte Post to see. Sorry, Nick. Thank you.
Good. Go ahead, Ashley.
Thank you. Christian, to that end, a lot of the players who we've spoken with in similar scenarios, they've touched on how you've been among the first to reach out to them and not having that FaceTime with guys and being able to really bond and build those relationships, did you see that as a priority of reaching out to Tahir and all those guys of saying, we can't necessarily, or you guys can't necessarily be together on the field and the facilities, but hey, you're part of the team now, make sure they feel welcome?
Definitely. Yeah. It's important we have, fellowship as much as we can while we can't all be together. OTAs is a great time for everybody to get together, start to get to know each other, go do stuff outside of the facility with each other. And, we have so many new guys on our team. I think it's important for all of us to step up, and you need to know each other. You need to know the guy who's playing next to you, if you want to go in on Sunday. So building that bond is really important early on.
Christian, can you kind of give us an update on the 22andU program and the response you guys have gotten and where things are a couple weeks in?
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been a lot of fun for me. Just seeing the positive outreach that we've gotten. 22andU, I decided to start it. I wanted to do something in the Carolinas, and I think it was at first something that I debated doing and debated not doing, and I decided we might as well go all in. And all the people who have donated have been so gracious, and it's done amazing. I think we have a little bit of time left that we're going to do it, but the outpour has been unbelievable just to see the impact that it's had in the community. I've gotten messages from hospital workers and people who are on the front lines. I try to read as much as I can of just thank yous to everybody involved in 22andU. So it's been a cool deal. It's such a hard time right now, such a tough time for so many people. And, just to use your platform to do something good in the world, I think is very, very important.
Christian, Steve Reed from the Associated Press. How you doing? And congratulations on that big contract. When you saw, what was happening with Cam and, Luke retiring and Greg leaving, did you have any reservations about signing a long-term deal here with what appeared to be a rebuilding mode?
I didn't know. I never focused on signing somewhere else. That never occurred to me. I want to be in Carolina for my whole career. And it never really hit me till we started negotiating that, it was a real thing. I always knew about it, but when you start negotiating, it becomes real. I bought a place in Charlotte. I love Carolinas more than anything in the world. It's somewhere I would like to call home forever. And I didn't want to leave, to be honest with you. I really didn't want to leave. And I don't think they wanted me to leave either. And through everything, it was nothing but respect. Very, very fortunate that I get to play for a lot of great people who showed nothing but respect to me. And I'm going to give them my all back. So, no, I mean, there's change that goes on in the NFL all the time. You look around the league and what's happened, and you look at some of the great players of all time and the teams that they've gone to. And you kind of have to, you can stay close friends with people and you can build great relationships. But if you stay attached, it's tough because, it is a revolving door. It's such a business. And as much as I love everybody who I've played with, I also understand that it is a business and that I might be one of those guys one day. Hopefully not. But, for me, I just focus on what I can do every day with the teammates that I have. And right now we've got some great ones. So I'm excited to play with a new bunch, with a new energy, and see where we can take it.
Hey, Christian, really Scott Fowler from the Charlotte Observer. Sorry, Kelly. I just wondered if you could speak a little bit about Joe Brady and your impressions with him, and also given that those many millions you have now received, I wonder if there's any luxury purchase you might make.
Coach Brady's been great. You can definitely tell that he's such a unique mind when it comes to offensive football, and he puts his players in the best position that they can. You look at what he did at LSU, so I'm really excited to play for him and work with him. And I haven't thought about any purchases yet. Right now, I think I should probably save stuff up this time, so no purchases yet.
Hey, Christian, this is Kelly Bardick, WCCB. Congrats on the new deal. When we were talking to Matt Rule a couple of weeks ago, he said that you're the type of player that you want to build a team around. So what did that mean? How did you feel when you heard that? And what's it mean to be you are the face of the Panthers franchise?
Yeah, it means a lot. I think, I hope I can, just continue to do everything that I do, and I know I will. And to hear that from him means a lot. It shows that he has faith in me. It shows that the front office has faith in me, and I really appreciate that. Once again, right now, I think there's so much going on, and I'm once again, with all the contract stuff, it's been pretty hectic. And now that that's over with, I'm solely focused on football. And, I can't express my excitement enough on being able to continue to stay in Carolina and play for a great team, play for a great coach, and with some great teammates.
Hey, Christian, I've got a two-part question. One, with Cam and Greg and Luke and all those guys gone now, will you take a more active and kind of a more vocal role in leadership? And while they were on the roster, did you kind of feel like you had to wait your turn a little bit for this moment? And then secondly, I just wondered if you might revisit your 2017 pre-draft process and kind of when you thought the Panthers were going to be the team.
Yeah, so I think when you have the opportunity to play with great players like Cam, like Luke, like Greg, Thomas Davis, Julius Peppers, all those guys, I think the biggest thing you can do is learn from them, and see kind of how they approach things, and take the good things from them, and kind of make them into your own formula, and that's what I've really tried to do, being able to being fortunate enough to play with those guys. So will I take a more vocal role? I think I haven't waited on anybody to take a more vocal role. I think there's multiple ways to lead. Obviously, as one of the leaders on the team, you have to be vocal, and I will. But we have some great players. We have some great leaders on our team. We have some great coaches. So, I think it's important that everyone looks at themselves as someone who can lead and who can follow, and we can collectively, go win games as a team. So, I think that's that. And then your second question was about pre-draft.
Yeah, the 2017 draft, and sort of when you kind of got a feeling that the Panthers were very much interested.
Yeah, Coach Rivera and Skip, my old running back coach, they met with me after my pro day at Stanford, and I got a great feeling from them then. And from then I never predicted anything. I didn't know if I was going to go top 10 or second round. I didn't think about it. All I did was try to get ready for the year, try to get ready for the season. And when draft day came, I honestly I didn't know who was going to take me. That's part of the reason why I didn't go to the draft, because I didn't want to be sitting there for the first round and not get picked. So I stayed home with my family. It ended up being one of the best days ever. And all my childhood friends came, and got the call at 8. It seemed like it was an hour and a half to get the call. And Coach Rivera, I saw a 704 number, and I got really excited, and I knew I was going to be a Panther. So that was one of the best days of my life, and I'll always remember it.
Hey, Christian, this is Steve Weich. Okay, this is Steve Weich with the NFL Network. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
I know you guys started the virtual OTAs today. What exactly was that like? And from what you can tell with Coach Rule and his offense, is it going to be significantly different than what you guys have done before?
Yeah, it was great. It seemed like it was just like a normal day, just without being in the facility. We had a team meeting first, and then we kind of exit out and then join just the running back meeting. We go over, some of the baseline stuff. And, it's a whole new system, which is good, and everybody's on the same page, and everybody's learning it the same way. So it was a good day.
Christian, were you surprised that the deal got done so quickly? It seemed like everybody was kind of anticipating a potential build-up towards training camp and talk of a holdout and things. Were you surprised that things got done so quickly?
I don't know. I didn't predict anything going in. I didn't know how long. I kind of took it day by day, and we evaluated daily. And I got to say, and this is important to me. I felt nothing but respect from the Panthers, and that meant a lot to me. And I knew I wanted to be in Carolina, so I was excited to get it done early, so I didn't have to go out and miss anything, and be able to be with the team. And, so I'm very happy that it got done quick.
Hey, Christian, I know there's – oh, sorry. Go ahead, Elena.
Okay. I was just wondering, after the kind of disappointing end to last season, are you kind of just moved on from that? And, what has this offseason been like for you, leading up to getting the extension? What is – are you moved on from it? And I guess how have the last few months been for you?
Yeah, I think definitely moved on. We have such a new team, new energy in the building. And, well, I guess on the computer screen, not in the building, but it is nice, just having some fresh air and knowing that everybody's starting from scratch. And I think that's important, and that there's not one person who's exempt of that. So it's been fun for me just knowing that, we got guys like Teddy coming along. We got some unbelievable players coming along to bring a new energy into the building and to step it up. Obviously, Coach Rule has done a great job so far. And I think everybody is kind of getting a feel for who he is and is very excited to play for him.
I think we'll get Josh. You got one, and then Jordan will finish up with you.
Hey, Christian, I know there's been some kind of – obviously it's all hypothetical right now on how the season will actually go once we get to the fall. But one of the prospects is playing in empty stadiums without – how would you feel about that, and kind of what are your thoughts on the prospect of playing in an NFL game with fans?
Well, if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. I think it's important that when we do get to practice, that we practice full speed, because that might be what it's going to be, like a bunch of dual team camp practices just in a stadium. So, while there won't be fans, we know there'll be millions of people watching. So, if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. You never worry about the crowd anyway. Obviously, we love playing in front of the stadium and all that, but at the end of the day, it's about going out and executing and winning games. So, once again, if that's the case, then we'll do it.
All right, Jordan, you want to ask a final question?
Yeah, it's kind of dumb, sorry. But hey, so we're all working from home. We're all kind of like in the swing of things now. You're starting to work from home, essentially. What is your setup? Do you have kind of your go-to routines now, go-to snacks? You got a dog by you, like anything in terms of what your setup is like as you work from home?
Yeah, I'm very fortunate with the setup here. I have everything I need. I got a field to work out on. We have a gym here. We went and got some equipment when this first started, just in case. And I got my little brothers who can throw to me. So I've been very fortunate. I've been treating this like it's OTAs. So for me, it's been great. We're in my parents' house right now, and then we have an apartment kind of down the way that we'll stay into, but it just depends on the day, what we're feeling. It's nice to have a little change of scenery, but being all together with my family during this time, I think has definitely reminded us, how important being with your loved ones and not taking things for granted too. So it's been great.